So, you want to play Darkspore in 2025 and beyond, right? Today, I will be going through a step-by-step tutorial on how to do this using the Resurrection capsule. Step 1. Getting the game. Probably one of the most important and obvious steps to play the game is to actually get the game. And this step is much easier than you'd expect, and free too. You do not need to own the physical copy of the game to play it. You wasted your money buying the disc off of eBay. I am sorry, but you were scammed. Anyways, to get the game, you will need Steam. Most of you watching probably already have Steam, so I don't need to explain what that is. Now, in the description of the video, there will be a download link for the Darkspore demo via the Steam database. Don't worry about it being a demo. It's the full game, it has everything. It will be in the first link. The Darkspore demo will begin downloading to your Steam library and shouldn't take too long. Step 2. Updating your Microsoft Visual C++ redistributables mumbo-jumbo. Now, I know you're all eager to play the game right about now, but hold on for a bit. This part is very important and can mean the difference between playing the game and spending hours of getting nowhere and not playing the game. So, right below the link for the Steam database page for the Darkspore demo, there will be a link to a page for you to download and update to the latest version of Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable. Now, what exactly is this Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable thingy, you might be wondering? I'm not exactly qualified enough to try and explain what or how it works. Just that it allows for the recap server in the next step to be able to do its thing. If someone down in the comment section wants to go into the nitty-gritty of why it's needed, I'll pin it. But for now, think of it like this. If the game and recap server are the meat and potatoes, then this step is basically like the heat you would need to cook them. You won't get very far in eating raw meat and potatoes, now would you? Anyhow, download the appropriate version for your computer. I have a 64-bit computer running Windows 10, so that's probably the one for folks like me. Save the program to somewhere and run it. Follow the on-screen prompts. You will need to restart your computer once it's all installed, however. Are we all back? Your computer is all done rebooting? Yeah? Great. Let's move on. Step 3. The Resurrection capsule. Alright, time for the program that makes the game actually work. The Resurrection capsule itself. Below the link to the Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable thingy, there will be a link to the Resurrection capsule program itself. Now, I know there's a lot of text, and a lot of it is also just instructions on how to run the game, but I would recommend at least reading through the How Do I Run It on Windows section, just in case you might have somehow missed a step. Anyhow, we're going to scroll all the way down to the Assets section here, and download resurrection-capsule-windows-x64.zip file. It alone will have everything you need. Once that zip file is downloaded, extract the files to a very specific folder. Step 3.5.
Steamed hams.
Steam apps. The folder we are looking for is the Darkspore bin folder. It should be located as such. C:\program files x86 /steam/steam apps/common/darkspore Darkspore bin. Did you find it? Good. Now, extract the contents of your Resurrection Capsule Windows 64-bit.zip into the Darkspore bin folder. You should see an application toward the bottom labeled recaplauncher.exe. Run it, and you should see 2 windows pop up. Keep both open. Since this is your first time doing this, you will see a 3rd window pop up that looks like this after a few minutes. You might notice that all the options aside from exit are grayed out. Just wait. The launcher is extracting the game's files, and once it has finished setting them up, the single-player option will be available. As of the time of this tutorial's production, the single-player mode is all we have available at the moment. Step 4. Creating your account. Because Darkspore was an online-only game, it required its players to have an account to log in to play it. The Resurrection Capsule version is no exception. You will need to register an account to play. But, this user account will only exist on your computer. No internet connection required. Furthermore, it doesn't even have to be tied to an email address with a valid domain. In fact, I would highly recommend not using any real email addresses for this process. And as for a password, just make it a single letter. Any letter. Whatever your favorite key on the keyboard that has a character on it will do. Do not, and I repeat, do not use any real passwords you may have saved for anything, be it your computer, social media, banking, or anything that could be used to hack your real-world accounts. So, for an example of how I set up my login credentials, I have made this made-up email address from a non-existent web domain that I'm still going to blur out because YouTube doesn't like it when you display email addresses in videos, fictional or not. And I don't want this video getting striked. And as for the password, and now you're in the game. You can edit some genetic heroes in the editor. Those said customizations won't carry over into the field. Go out hiking in the levels. Just don't right-click on anything or at all for that matter, as the ability system still hasn't been re-implemented yet, and interacting with anything out in the field will crash your game. And have your own Darkspore Planet hiking experience. Also, some levels will just auto-crash, so try and remember which stages do and don't work. Have fun! I want to give a huge thanks to the folks over on the Resurrection Capsule Discord server, including but not limited to Feature MM, Splitwires, Chalkeye75, Rocher, Sigvald, Sai, Jean-Pierre, and many, many more for their hard work, contributions, help, and guides on how to get the game running, without which this video would not be possible.